How's it going, everybody? It's Levi. This is the third episode of the Yamaha TTR125. It is the next day and it is dark outside. Today we're going to be pulling the carb off this thing. I was out riding it earlier. I didn't even really bolt the seat on. I just kind of stuck it on there. So I'm going to pull that off, and I'm going to get this carburetor on there because it is leaking gas. I wasn't sure last time, but there just wasn't enough in the tank for it to actually start leaking. So it does leak gas, sadly. There's a little bit leaking on the ground. That's just from where I disconnected the fuel filter though. So let me get this thing off, and then we'll rebuild it over there. I gotta clean up that area. But yeah, let me get this thing off. Alright, everybody, I got the gas drained out of this for the most part, so gonna get started on it. Never torn apart these Yamaha carbs before. I've torn apart plenty of Honda ones and whatnot. I'm assuming they're all the same. So they're mostly built the same. So I hope I got all the gas out of this. I'm getting a little bit on my fingers right now. Let me get this hose out of here. There we go. It's a aftermarket hose and whatnot. I don't like them different colored hoses. I prefer the black ones. Just looks better, in my opinion. Alrighty. Let's get this out of here. I'm going to try and not cut this footage as much. I like having raw footage and whatnot, just so y'all can see exactly what I'm doing. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Whoa. That's, is that like... Okay, I think it's just supposed to be that color, so... yeah, needles... My guess is it's kind of clogged. That's what I'm gonna say it is. So, we're gonna give this thing a nice clean. Not all the gas is out of the bowl, but it's whatever. That's... Not sure if that's supposed to be bent like that. In there, I'm not sure how well you can see it. It's a little bit bent. But we're going to get these out of here. I'm going to grab this and get this tiny jet out of here. There we go. Come on now. Get out of there. Yeah, I guess the float's just getting stuck. I'm not sure. Let's just tiny one get out. There we go. Alright. Look up in there and see if it's clogged any. I mean, I can see through it. That's actually pretty darn clean. Surprisingly. I don't know if I want to... There we go. I don't know if I wanted to do that with the... That's not. That one is also pretty dang clean. Okay. Clean jets. This thing runs pretty well, so I figured the jets would probably be pretty darn clean. Let's take these float out. Lay this needle back here. This whole thingy. Alrighty. And our needle does not look too shabby, I gotta say. How's that? It's a little hard to get off, huh? There we go. I just kind of like to blow in it. I don't go crazy when it comes to cleaning it and whatnot. I'm actually not too sure what this is right here is. I don't know if I want to be screwing around with things. I don't know what it is. I've never seen a screw like this in any of the Honda ones I've done. So, oh, okay, never mind, I do know what this is. Okay, let's just stick that back in there then. This carb actually came off relatively easy. Alright, I'm going to cut real quick, because I'm pretty sure I have another float around here. Would it be the float? I'm just going to try and clean the needle and see if that works. I'm not going to stick the carb all the way back on there. I'm just going to kind of see what it is. I just kind of cleaned all the parts and whatnot, and we'll see if that works. So, yeah. Okay, I was not able to find my spare carburetor. I don't know where the heck it could have went. There's not many places I could have lost it. Yeah, I don't see it in here, so I don't know. Maybe it's just hiding somewhere. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll find it whenever I don't need it, but it's okay. I'm gonna reassemble this thing. I cleaned the parts, and we're gonna see. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. This float seems pretty flimsy, so it might just need a better float. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if it fixed it. So I'll put it back together and get back to you. On second thought, I better record myself putting it back together. That's might be why some of y'all are watching. I'm gonna stick my needle back on here, and I'm going to lower it back into its slot right here. Yeah, this float seems like it's on there kind of tight. There we go. And then I'm going to slide the little needle piece back in there. The little thing. There we go. Slid back in there. So, float seems to be doing good. Needle. That needle might be a little bit big. It looks like it's kind of touching the bottom and it's kind of lifting up top. I've never seen that on any of my carbs, but it acts like it's doing okay. So, I'm not sure. We'll just have to see. Let's put this cap back in there. I just like to finger tighten it. This one I do screw a little bit, but I've broken the head off this before, so I just kind of like to finger tighten it. You ain't got to go crazy on that. That's good. You don't want to over tighten it. And I'm going to just do this so I don't lose the little bit of gas that's in there. I believe it goes on like that. Not like this. Yeah, like that. Okay. This is a fairly simple carb, I gotta say. Fairly simple to build. It's got a huge bowl on it. You can just tighten these screws down. To save time, I'm just going to cut while I do this. I'm not going to waste my storage space on it. So, alright everybody, I've got the carb put back together here. I'm simply going to attach it to the carb and just kind of hold it the way it would be sitting in the bike and see if it'll work. So let me get it attached. I'm just going to rest it in there and then we'll see what happens. So I'm going to cut while I do that. Alrighty everybody, I hooked it up to the throttle, or to the gas, excuse me, over there, and I encountered no issues. So I'm going to get it back on the bike the way it's supposed to go, and yeah, we'll see if we dump any gas. Hopefully not. Alrighty, I got the carb hooked back in there. We're going to connect the line back. I'm going to do that real quick. I need two hands, so I'll hold it. Maybe not. Yes, maybe yes. Alrighty, that's better. As you see. Oh. I'll try adjusting the brightness here. It's filling up with fuel. So, we're gonna see if we start dumping gas. I'm gonna bring this hose and connect it right. And that's actually too small. I gotta connect it right here. This was connected to right there. Sorry about that weird angle. I didn't know where I was pointing my camera. Right into there. This carb's not on there very well, but you know, it's whatever. And yeah, I guess we just see if we start dumping fuel. Hopefully not. I might start it up, I don't know. This video is already 9 minutes long. It's actually not bad timing, considering we rebuilt the whole carb. I have not checked the oil on this thing. I asked him if he put oil in it. He said yes. So, I'm gonna trust him on that, but I will check it. You know, let's do it right now. Never mind, I ain't got a pair of pliers with me. That probably means it hasn't been changed in a while. Hold on. I probably do have a pair of pliers. Yep. Right here. Yeah, y'all, I don't think we're dumping gas anymore. There we go. Let's check the oil on this thing. Make sure we ain't low. Hold up. That's pretty low. Yeah, wipe it on the jeans real quick. It's pretty clean. Yikes. Yeah, that's pretty low. Let's try and screw it in and see if we get any. Oh man. I don't think that we are dumping fuel, but it's not like as much. And I don't think it's coming from the yeah, there's like no oil in that, yikes. Okay, that's bad. Hopefully there's no leak. I tried to cover it up by that. Okay, so what if we do that? Okay, so it is coming out of here. Yep. Okay, dang. So I guess I'll have to replace the float or the needle. Yeah, it's definitely coming out of there. Okay. Well, let me try and fix this, y'all. Alright, I just remembered I had the spare carburetor in my room, so I'm gonna go grab it out of there, and then we'll try and replace the needle. Alright, there's the new carb. A lot smaller, and for a smaller bike, but it should still work. Let's try it. Okay, I got the new needle and whatnot, and it's actually a whole lot smaller. But, I mean, I don't know, it might not be too much smaller. I'm just gonna stick it on there and see. Trial and error, trial and error. Whoops. Which is fun. I mean, there's not really, it's a carburetor, not much I can mess up, really. There we go. Alright. And the float is different, so I can't change the float. It's got to keep the float on there, so. Okay, let's try this needle and see what happens. This needle's pretty darn clean. I've cleaned this carb many times just for fun. So we're gonna, whoops, it came off. Get back in there. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. Alrighty, now let's get it back in there. And let's try this. New float needle normally tends to work, but if not, it might just be the float. Yeah, so it's working like it's supposed to. So we're gonna try it. It might work, it might not. If not, that's okay. We just get us a rebuild kit. Crap happens. Alright, well, I'm screwing in more bolts again. Let me cut. Alrighty, here's our carb assembled and hopefully working. We can only hope, right? So let's go hook her up and see if she works. Alrighty, excuse me. So let's see if I can focus it. Let's see. Gas is now pouring into the fuel filter, and it's racing into the carb. I hooked up this hose so it's easier to sell, and now all we do is wait. In the meantime, I'll try and maybe hook up this hose. I don't know. Just all right. Yeah, all we can do is wait. I like that this foot peg folds up. Very cool. This video is now 13 minutes long. Didn't really expect it to be this long for just a car rebuild, but you know, complications, trial and error, trial and error. Next video, we'll put some more oil in this. I want to focus this one around just trying to get this carb fixed. So yeah. So far so good. Might start it up. I'm gonna cut the video, and if we start leaking, I'll turn it back on. If not, I'll give it like 5 minutes, and I'll do the outro. Alrighty, everybody. I think we have solved our problem. So, my advice is if you have a leaky carb, I would recommend just cleaning the float needle or replacing it. I've stopped leaky carbs from leaking almost every time from simply replacing the float needle. It's always that. They're very finicky. But, it's been a good amount of time, and I don't think we've leaked any gas. So, I'm going to start it up, get this hose out of the way. Yeah, there's nothing coming out of the hose, so I'm going to start it up, and I'm going to see if it'll leak gas while it's on or what, I don't know. I gotta do this with 2 hands. Oh. See? Darn, we didn't. As soon as I cut the video. That's actually very annoying. Yeah, we're leaking. Darn. I hate that. I don't know what's causing it to leak. My guess is I might just have to buy a rebuild kit. Because it might be the floats. I don't know. Might be the needles too small. I really don't know. We'll just have to play with this and find out. But I mean, let's still try and start it up. Let me get it started. Well, it's running, and we're not leaking gas while it's running, while we're idle, so that's good. I don't know, it might have just finished or something, or had a little hiccup. I don't know. I don't know. I'll look at it, and next video, I guess we'll discuss what happens, and we'll try and solve it. And we'll do an oil change next video, so I probably shouldn't be running this with how much oil's in it, but you know, it is what it is. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy riding.